Vaulted, thank you. Carrie, how we doing? Leo, how we doing? Megan, Debbie, how are you? Eric, how we doing? Monster Love, thank you. Thank you, Vaulted. How's everybody doing tonight? Hello, Susan. I'm alright. Gabriel, how about you? Hello, Shay. Yes, I'm home. Hey, Amanda. Probably had something creeping around a little today. Yeah, it was pretty wild in the woods the last couple nights. Really nasty. Hello, Terry. Hello, Schaefer 4NA. Nice. Welcome. What up, Chris? Ree, thank you. How's everybody doing tonight? Hello. Yeah, those woods the last couple of nights, man. It's really, really crazy over there. The voice is coming through the woods. Every time I hear that little girl like say "Daddy," I knew it wasn't a little girl. It was something playing games. Nasty, evil thing. Hey, David. Hello, Amy. Hey, Chastity. Yeah, I know. I'm like live on 3 different streams right now. Gets a little crazy. Reed, thank you. The last 2 nights were really crazy. When I was there in the woods by myself, it was really nuts too. That was definitely a true evil spirit. Thank you, Deborah. All right, so while I have some of you guys here, yes or no, do you know about the rainbow? Do you know about rainbow yet? Adam, what's up, man? Stanley, what's up, buddy? From Carolina's Unknown. Guys, give him a follow. He's in the chat. Runs a great paranormal group here in North Carolina. Deborah, thank you so much. Yes, no visor. It's another APP. I don't want to say the word But what's great about over there is that they give you 100% of the support over there when you guys throw down with the GIFTS, 100% to the user, the content creator. So if you could go over there and get that software off the store, it's REINBOW. I have some people on there over there right now, and my name is Sean Austin Paranormal. You get 100% of the support rather than the huge percentage that is taken on these other different platforms. I'm trying to be as vague as possible. It's REINBOW. And I'm live on there right now as well. And whatever you throw down with, the content creator gets 100%. Alex, thank you. Hung, thank you. Nice to meet you. Hope you joined the channel. Welcome. Oh, nice, Chastity. Welcome, everybody. The link's right there in the chat, guys, if you want to look there, how to follow me on there. If you're on YouTube over here. Hello, Tamara. How you doing? Layla. I was just in the woods the last 2 nights. It was crazy over there. A battle took place there, and it's very haunted. Thank you, Layla. Not fully yet, Shay. Just when I can. I mean, for now, I'm only going to be able to use Rainbow when I do Q&As until I get another phone to stream there. So, but right for now, I will be using it until I get another phone. Bubba, what's going on? But definitely, download it. Give me a follow. It's called, I think it's called Beam. If you beam my profile, there's already 1 million people on there. Deborah, thank you so much. But it's really good over there. They give you 100% of the support that you guys give during lives over there on that platform. Orbit, thank you, Christy. Yeah, sounds good, Shay. Hakuna, thank you. Hello, Lee, how you doing? Yeah, that's cool, Ree. Yeah, there's already 1 million people on there, so. Hey, Brent, how's it going? There we go. Lee, thank you so much. Appreciate you. That was over at Rainbow. And I get 100% of that over there. 100%. Hey, Sean. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. You gonna be at the Bash this year? I'll be there this month. Appreciate it, man. Sounds good. Hello, Linda. Deborah, it's called REINBOW. Just look it up and download it. And my name on there is Sean Austin Paranormal, but you get 100% of the support on there for the creator. Bubba After Dark, use it all the time. Okay, Sean, well, we'll get a rain check for sure. Have you ever heard of the Deacon Christoph Sandoval from San Francisco? No, I haven't. Hello, Carrie. It's going all right, Miss Smitty. Leaf, thank you so much. Appreciate you. They got kind of cool cartoon things that show up on the screen, kind of like tickety talk. But again, you get 100% of it over there. Hello, Miss Smitty. Thank you guys. I see some of you guys coming over there and following, because eventually I'm going to have 3 streams going on there as well, sooner than later. Nice, Brent. Austin from Defiance, Ohio. Thanks, bud. Appreciate it. I am going to try to bang out a full episode to go on my YouTube channel this week. I haven't been able to do one in 2 months because I was completely, utterly dismantled from the evil actions of a former business associate that was involved with the SPI software that is my creation. And if you guys don't know about that, does everybody know about what happened to me with this horrible thing I'm still dealing with? Yes or no in the chat. Adam, how we doing? Well, I had this creation of my own application for over 10 years, and this person got me, was supposed to be helping me, put this app together and get people to create it for me, and they had ulterior motives, and I uncovered that they were having ulterior motives to steal the company and the software from me, and stole a lot of money. Right now, it's looking like an upwards of about $40,000 to $50,000. This person got me to take out a loan, and it's put me in a really bad financial situation. And most of the money from the loan, which I was told was going for the development of the SPI, it went into this person's pocket. I had to go through hell, pure hell, to go into the back end, and with the help of Wend and Les, I had to figure out how to, prove ownership of the Apple developer. It was like a movie, Mission Impossible. And when I got in there, this person continuously threatened me to delete the app, threatened to take money from me, the profits. And I got in there, and then I found out there were cards opened up in my name without my permission, and it was all livelihood charges for this person. And I uncovered that the developers were not paid what they were supposed to be paid. There was still a balance of a big chunk of money. And then once I removed this former business associate from the Apple development portion of the software, this person had her name over everything. She tries to bully me and use scare tactics on me, and retaliated and turned off the functionality of the app to get responses for 3 weeks last month. And I was under so much pressure. People are leaving bad reviews, wanting refunds and things of that sort. And I had to, come up with some money emergency to get to the developer that was owed money to get the software back up, because this person wanted to destroy me and destroy everything, especially since I removed her from, the company and her abilities little by little. She was trying to make sure I couldn't get the app back up, and did a lot of damage in the last month. And, people were obviously deservingly pissed off that the app wasn't working. I literally could not do anything about it until I got the app back up. I went through like the worst hell getting to that point. Yeah, I'm in a very bad financial predicament because of this evil, disgusting, subhuman trash. And I'm still dealing with it right now, under a lot of pressure. And it's been a lot. And if you guys want to support, my situation anyways, if you go to the top link in my YouTube channel, I don't want to say the word, but it tells you the whole story of what happened. And I'm trying to, keep the survival of my creation. This person was trying to force me to go into bankruptcy so it could be taken from me, um, so they could use it for themselves. I have irrefutable proof of this. This is not a debate. This isn't just throwing it out there. We're not giving, we're not having people believe this without any evidence. I mean, I could, put evidence all over social media, and that would not be a pretty sight for this person. But it's been a really harrowing, stressful thing to discover how disgusting an evil person could doing. And it's really horrible too, because my father went through the same thing. Like, people, took advantage of his niceness and embezzled money, and took his entire, ruined his entire business. My family was destroyed because of it. And my dad never got over it. So it's kind of like, I don't know, the universe is like having something similar, a big lesson that I had to learn through this process. But I'm dealing with this right now. I mean, they'd probably like to believe they are. I mean, they're into the paranormal. But and Suzanne. But yeah, this person straight up is evil. But again, if you want to support that in any ways, or read more about it, you go to the first link on my YouTube channel, and it says help support Sean, and you'll see if you want to do that. Hello, Lee. Dark Moon. Yeah, guys, I will be doing more investigating. This is obviously a chat tonight, talking about the paranormal, but I'm giving an update. Carrie, thank you so much. Thank you, Carrie. Very nice of you. Thank you, Mel. It's all right. I mean, as long as I have it up there, I have it set up, it is what it is. Um, it's a lesson to not really be as trustworthy with people. It's sad to say at my age. Carrie, thank you again, man. You really just, it's sad to say, I feel like you have to assume the worst in people so you can be prepared for what's the worst that can happen. I was way too trusting of this person. I was not knowledgeable about software and that, with making an app and things like that. And this person purposely put their name all over everything, and they used it as a scare tactic to try to bully me. Carrie, thank you so much. And things like that. They try to use it as a position of power to come at me. I have irrefutable proof of this. This person was very sloppy, to say the least. So thank God I have what I have. But again, if you want to support that anyways, just check out the top link on my YouTube channel. Carrie, thanks again. Who is Elmo After Dark? Bubba, thanks, man. But it's been a real challenge for me mentally, because for the last couple months it completely stopped me from making full episodes every week on my channels. I was pushing one out every week. It's turned into like a full-time job with all the different companies and situations I've had to talk to get through this, and I'm still dealing with it, with all the different things that are involved with it. Karina, thank you so much. Oh, that's Brandy, thank you. But I'm still dealing with it. I'm not out of the water. I'm trying to talk to a couple of people that want to invest, in SPI. If any of you or know anybody that wants to invest in, SPI and be a part of it, I'm talking to people regarding giving some percentage and equity. Brandy, thank you so much. I have a lot of ideas for the future for SPI. That would take things to such a far advanced place that's never been seen in the paranormal world. But it's definitely been a bumpy road here because this parasite put a mark on me, um, with what I've had to deal with. But I'm praying for the best, and doing whatever I can for the survival of my creation, and hopefully it doesn't, still destroy me financially, because the weight of it, there's things that need to be done. So. Shay, you can PM me. I can discuss more with you. You can shoot me a message. I'd be glad to discuss it with you. Um, but So the SPI is my creation. It was a concept I came up with over 10 years ago. I'll tell you the story behind it. Is that I did EVP research when I was becoming very interested in the paranormal. It was becoming my passion, and here I am 15 years later doing the paranormal. And I looked up about EVPs, and audio forensic analysis would be looking at pieces of audio. Thank you, Christina. That they would look at pieces of audio, and there'd be voices on there that were not said in the moment, but were somehow captured on the audio. And when they look at it and agree that it's a voice, the frequency under the voice would not be scientifically possible for a human voice to speak on. So I thought about some idea over a decade ago of some sort of software that would actually try to do like a text-to-speech thing and actually listen for EVPs for us. That would actually only look for dissemination of words that are loud enough, like you use the texting on our phones, where it just picks up all the words and you can send a text. But imagine if it was only listening for words that couldn't be us speaking on. Carrie, thank you so much. Thank you so much. You got me ranking in the top 10 on Rainbow. So yeah, when I came up, had the chance to do it with this alleged person, but really this person was a middle person. They were claiming to be all this amazing, talented, knowledgeable person, and they were working so hard. No, they weren't any of those things. They were just using another company, trying to take the credit for everything. Just like Lee, Carrie, thank you so much. Thank you guys so much. This person was claiming to be this amazing, multi-talented person that was going to guide me through this entire journey. But when in fact all they did was hire another company and try to take the credit for all their work. Just like they did with me. All over social media, they were claiming to be the CEO of SPI. They were misrepresenting themselves. The overreach. I started to see little signs, everything. But nonetheless, yeah, I wanted to use AI, since AI just came out, to try to help AI text-to-speech to listen for it. That's where, what is now known as the SAM mode on the SPI app. So it stands for Sean Austin mode. It's a little ode to me as the creator, that would actually do what it's supposed to do. The question portion, is a manipulation opportunity of spirits. I only use the SAM mode on the software, as you can see. And the last 2 nights, it had some really amazing stuff come through. And it also has an interactive map with an idea that I had come up with too, where you can actually drop a pin wherever you are in a cemetery and say, I saw a shadow figure. And then once it's approved through the map, people can get driving directions or walking directions to it as well. Alpha, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you guys. So Carrie, thanks again, man. Thank you so much. So that was really, that's my idea. I have more ideas that I haven't even released to the public, that I want to do with this software, that would really be frog leaps ahead of what we've been circling around with some of these things that have been out for many years with just the typical vocabulary lists, the things like that. I really wanted to take something to the next level. And with the things with AI, it's changing and innovating every day. And as soon as that advances, my original conceptual idea can be improved, as well as my own tweaking and ideas to further that idea since it started. Alpha, thank you so much. Wow, guys, you got me to number 4 here on Rambo. Thank you so much. Um, but really exciting stuff. So if there's somebody that's interested in investing too, shoot me a message, comment, and I'll make sure you have my contact. I'm talking to a couple people because I want to get it out on Android as soon as possible. We have hundreds of people that already are on a waiting list to use it on Android, but there's a few things that I need to add to this original version aesthetically. I want to add a feature or two to give some more abilities to you, the users. And I need to also take care of the remaining balance with this developer that was never paid to them because this disgusting subhuman trash took all the money that I gave to them for their own wallet. So that's kind of the predicament I'm in. I have to fix some things in the app and make sure the overheads lower and have monetary opportunities coming in from people downloading on both platforms that are out there, Android and Apple. But yeah, it's been a very stressful experience. It's definitely been the fight of my life mentally, dealing with someone so evil and feeling like you're kind of um, handcuffed to the wall, so to speak, when this person had themselves in their name. I've learned so much um, in the last couple months of how many different avenues the software is involved at different companies and all the little intricate natures of it. I've never done anything like this before. Brandy, thank you so much. Thank you guys. Um, I've learned so much, and that's why this person had their name over all these avenues to try to be in a position of power to take advantage of that. So when the time came, they would just bully me and get what they want out of it. But this person wanted to skim. They were trying to get me to take out another loan. They were trying to, do all these things, but they were using themselves as a middle person to have an opportunity to take money for themselves for their own financial predicament. I think this person believed that the software is going to make a lot of money really quickly, and when it didn't, their personal financial dire situation, they were trying to put pressure onto me and making me feel like the software was going to crumble and it was going to fold and I'm going to go bankrupt, when in fact she was the one who was creating the bankrupt emergency in me. I have to deal with the weight of that loan every month now, and all that money went to her wallet, all of it. And if that money went to where it was supposed to go, probably have Android out. I'd have aesthetically new features in this thing, and everything would be working. I'd be making profit right now. But this person intentionally, disgustingly, was selfish and evil, and obviously that's not their first time either, right? So this isn't their first rodeo, from what I understand. So I'm just trying to be as transparent as possible. But this person's disgusting. And yeah, I don't want to go into what's going on behind the curtain, Drew, but trust me, I'm doing everything I can. I'm just saying, whatever I'm going to say. And again, guys, for any reason that you're into the paranormal and you're just coming to this chat and whatever, I am discussing my own paranormal software that I created for my own concept, SPI. It's on iOS right now, Spiritful Innovations. Alpha, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Guys, you got me to number 3 on Rainbow. Thank you so much. Daphne, thank you. Some people are disgusting and nasty. It's a really survive. Brandy, thank you. It's like survival of the shittiest. That's what it really is, It's really a shame to say. Yes, I've learned a lot, Shay. This person would mock me for not knowing about this stuff rather than actually trying to coach me and help me learn. They were disgusting. They just wanted to appear themselves as they were more knowledgeable. I mean, delusional. This person is mentally sick, delusional, sociopathic, and pathological with their lying, and really sloppy. My name on Rainbow is Sean Austin Paranormal. SEANAUSTIN Paranormal. Thank you, Terry. And remember, guys, if you go over there, it's 100% of the support comes to me on Rainbow, rather than over on Tickety Talk. They take like 70 to 77% of the support that comes towards the creators. So just be... Wow, I've never seen that. Alpha, thank you so much. Wow, guys, you got me to #2 ranking on Rainbow right now, with what they just throw down with. Thank you so much, guys. Can't thank you enough. Oh, nice. Join the Discord, Bexar. Guys, there's real updates on the Discord. Appreciate everybody's help with that and being active on there. As I get more involved, I'm going to start getting back to pushing out full episodes. Hopefully I can get this one done this week. It'd feel really good to accomplish, get a full video done after this nightmare I've been dealing with for the last 2 months. It's completely decimated with me being productive and working hard and doing anything like I've normally done, and really building my YouTube channel was really starting to do well, and it completely just stopped me in my tracks from uncovering all the evil of this person, what they've done. Do you have any own? Do they have their own paranormal channel and stuff that we? I wouldn't worry about it. They are nobody. They have nothing. Appreciate guys giving this video a thumbs up. If for any reason you're new into the paranormal, definitely give me a sub or a follow. Brent, thank you. Thank you, Carrie. Yeah. Thank you, guys. #2 on Rainbow. Thank you so much. That's awesome. Remember, guys, on Rainbow, REINBOW. Go check it out. Download it. And I get 100% of the support on there when I'm live. Soon I will have another phone. I'll be streaming on all 3 accounts doing that, because that's really good that they support the creators to that extent. What's the scariest paranormal experience that you've had? From Comfy Cozy J. Well, there's been a weird thing that's been happening here. Carrie, thank you so much. So I went to Pine Lawn. I did a collab with Twin Paranormal, and I picked up on this goat-like creature. I'm just naming a random, recent, scary thing that's been continuously happening. Brent, thank you. Carrie, thank you. Thank you so much. And I believe that it was trying to latch on to the kid, Ryan, and I had him say a prayer and bless himself with some holy water, and I think it was pissed off that I wasn't able to latch himself onto that. Alpha, thank you so much. And it followed me home. Sometimes I do streams here, just do a little live here, and I have things kind of happen here. And Carrie, thank you so much. And if this voice would keep coming through in the EVP, come to the bathroom, and I knew what it was about. It's the freaking mirror. It's the mirror. Mirrors are doorways for spirits to go in and out of. And as soon as I went to the mirror this one night, about a couple of weeks ago, I think it was, I started to have this really euphoric feeling in a twisted way, like a vampire in a movie, trying to, it was trying to make me say the right words that I could, to let it come through the mirror. It wanted me to say, you can come through the mirror. So I could really come in here and wreak havoc probably with me. Well, welcome Tis, Well Earth. Nice. Thank you guys. Thank you guys so much. Well, you guys got me #1 on Rainbow. Very cool. Thank you so much. Thank you, Carrie. Thank you. I was recording an EVP, and I'm like, this is what I feel is happening. And this voice is like, you're very smart. and I had the SPI on, and I was just like SPI on, and he's like, "Is that what you're trying to do? You're trying to get me to say the right words so you can come through the mirror?" And it goes, "If I could." Um, and at the same time, telepathically, it was putting an image in my head of me hitting my alpha. Thank you so much. That's a cool one. Hitting my head over and over again in the mirror until it was shattered and there was blood everywhere. Um, it was it was very sick, very sick. Something straight out of a horror movie, and it's this goat-like thing. I noticed it in the woods last night, and it was pulling us to that back part of the woods. Next time I do go to those woods, I will be going back there again because that back area, holy crap, it was really bad there. And that growl that came, and it was weird because it was right the second time, right after I heard this little girl say "Daddy" in the woods, then this growl, and I felt the evil presence around me. Free Time SPI is a software. It's an app that's on iOS that I created, a paranormal software. A new way to communicate with spirits, as far as I know, never been done before. Analyzing, listening for EVPs outside of human speech frequencies, using AI text to speech, with no limitations, no vocabulary lists, specifically in the SAM mode of the software. You click SAM, you press the button, be patient, and just let it speak and listen. It's on iOS right now. Hopefully, in the future, near future, we'll have Android and stuff. But that's with that Spirit Phone Innovations or SPI. It's on iOS right now. So that thing, I've seen this thing, this goat-like thing. It has long, dark fingers and long black fingernails. It has hooves. It has a tail, and has a goat-like face. So yeah, that's just one crazy, creepy thing that's been recently kind of hovering around lately. Yes, I'm also a demonologist. I approach the paranormal from a Catholic standpoint. I wear a Blessed Saint Michael pendant around my neck right now. Um, when I was in the woods the other night, it was really crazy. I heard a little girl say "Daddy" in the woods, and didn't get a good feeling about it. And then all of a sudden, I felt this dark presence around me, and it was so bad. I felt this panic so bad that I had to say a protection prayer. And as soon as I said a protection prayer, the SPI said something like, "You be quiet." And I was recording audio. When I listened back to audio right before I start praying, you hear this creepy voice go, "Kill him," you know. Um, yeah, it's just, this stuff is real, guys. I was one of those people at the other side of the fence, just watching TV shows and wondering about if it's real, but kind of believing in it. But it's not a belief anymore. For me, it's a knowing. It's a part of my life. I have definitely taken one of the Matrix pills, the blue pill, the red pill. Alpha, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Alpha. Thank you so much. Um, but yeah, this stuff is real, guys. There's evil spirits. I mean, I have been shown it. And if you notice, if you watch my paranormal investigations, you'll notice that a lot of the stuff that I pick up on will be backed up by some of the evidence that comes through, um, through EVP, Spirit Box, or if it's the SPI. Chris, what's up, man? When you talk about it, does it stir things up in your house? Topa, when you do talk about stuff, it can happen like that. Acknowledgement's a very prevalent, profound element in the paranormal. So when you do talk about things, it can, because you're giving it energy, but something like that wants to like come through the mirror. I don't think it has permission to be in my place. I do have to bless my place, on and off to kind of keep the stuff at bay because of all the places I do go constantly, and being sensitive. All these spirits are, attracted to you because they can see it. I believe because they can see it around your aura. They can see that you have an openness to have a better chance to be felt, heard, or seen. So they can have all those things and be connected to you, and influence you or get their message across to you, whether it's for a good reason, a bad reason, desperate reason, or an evil reason. Yeah, guys, definitely join the Discord. If you want to join the Discord or hear about more about horrible thing I was dealing with, just go to my YouTube channel and go to the links, all the list of links on my channel, and you'll be able to do it right from there. I'm actually on Rainbow. Chris, told me about Rainbow too. Chris Ball from Haunted Excursions. I do a lot of investigations with Chris. How do I keep it away? With constantly investigating, there's just always stuff happening, You just want to keep the evil stuff away. If you have the actual evil spirit's name and it's legitimate and you say it in the name of Jesus, it would make it recoil. But the thing is that a lot of these spirits, Alpha, thank you so much. A lot of these spirits are tricky. They'll just say the word Satan, like they're Satan or a demon, and they might just try to say that to frighten you. But in some circumstances, I'll hear the word demon and I'll feel it intuitively. When I feel it intuitively and I'm being told it and I feel its presence, this isn't just a word that's coming through EVP. I can feel it. I can feel the presence of evil when it's around. I mean, this is something I've learned and honed in on for, years now. When there's something evil around, I know it for sure. Greg, he's supposed to come visit Brent, hopefully. I have to remind him. There's supposed to be thousands of different names, yeah, Drew. Hey, Jennifer. Yes, evil spirits are a putrid smelling thing. Now, it's kind of an interesting thought of why they have a putrid smell and why do they look the way they look. The only thing I could think of is did God curse them because of their battle that they lost and they're cursed to be in where they are, but they still have the abilities of what the angels were able to do, changing their form and doing these trickster type abilities, shape-shifting, disguising their voices as any of us, your loved ones. After you get rid of possession, how do you protect yourself? Now I do, Debbie. It's a place in Illinois. Yes, I do. It's called the Roth House. And I was recently just there. And you guys will be seeing a video about that soon. And evil spirits don't seem to get along with each other. I don't think they get along with anybody because they just have so much hatred within them. They're eternally, infinitely filled with, evil, hate, and maniacal intentions. Guys, again, if you're into the paranormal, I'm live every week. I typically do a lot of paranormal investigations. We're talking about the paranormal tonight, and I hope you will give a sub or a follow. If you are new, I do content every week. I'm going to be getting back to doing full episodes on my YouTube channel, full episodes of investigations. I have some stuff to put together, and I'm kind of started a little bit on one today. I am in Wilmington, North Carolina, and I do travel around the country free time, yes. So demons you have seen, do they actually resemble some of the images from the Bible? Yes, I've seen things with horns. I've seen your typical demonic face, a red face with horns, yellow eyes and fangs. I've seen things that look very reptilian with scales and snake eyes. I've seen shadowy things with glowing eyes, things that have taken other forms, like whether it's a woman or a child, and it's not really what they appear to be. They disguise themselves to trick and seduce and manipulate their diabolical intentions.
Can you do that for us? Let's see.
What up, dude?
Oh, there you are. What up?
I didn't see the message on my screen. Yes, I have medium abilities.
Let's go.
Where you at, man?
Dude, I fell asleep on my flight. I was supposed to be in Arizona, bro, and I lost my flight. And they didn't want to give me credit or nothing.
Wow.
Yeah, it was $1,100 thumbs drain.
Holy crap, guys! I'm also doing a Bubba After Dark. He's live right now on Tickety Talking, and
All right, guys.
he's live on
Let's
Rainbow right
go.
now.
You're in first place right now. You know that, right?
Yeah, I know. People were being super nice and throwing down. I'm using this on
Let's go, guys.
I'm using this on my iPad because I don't have a phone to do it yet, so that's why I was doing it for my chat.
Oh. Let's go, guys.
Thank
Let's
you,
go.
guys.
They're gonna snipe. They're gonna snipe on his end. Let's go, guys. Let's go.
They're doing a little battle
Let's
there.
go.
Hey, Laura. I do want to go to
Let's
the
go, guys.
Velisca house for sure. I've never been there. You ever been there?
Let's go. Let's go. Let's
Bubba,
go.
you ever been to Velisca?
Where's that at?
Iowa?
No.
That's a bucket list place I've never been to.
Dude, let's go.
Yeah.
In August.
All right.
In August. Let's go, guys. Let's go. Let's go, guys. Come on. Let's go.
Thank you, Lee.
Come on. Let's go. Come on, guys. Let's go. Let's go, guys. He's coming after us. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Thank you, Lee.
Let's go, guys. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Cajun, Nola, what's going
What's
on?
up, Sisha?
Nice, Brent. We're talking about the Panera onions.
Let's go, Archie.
Thank you, guys.
Let's go. Let's go, guys. I see a snipe coming up. I'm telling you. I see a snipe coming up.
What is a snipe? I don't even know what that is.
A snipe, when they throw points at the end.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate you.
What's up, Rick?
I'm not
up,
with
Butterfly?
him, Laura. He's in another location. He's live with me on
Dude, I'm
Rainbow.
going to be in Savannah tomorrow. I'm going to be in Savannah, Georgia tomorrow.
Oh, nice.
Oh, he's beating us, guys. Just go.
Oh,
Guys,
damn.
just
Thank
go.
you, guys.
Come on, we can let him beat us. Come on, guys. Let's go. Let's go.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you, Brandy, Carrie.
Let's go. Let's push.
Sherry,
guys.
thank you.
Let's push.
Yeah, there's a little
Let's
battle
go,
there.
guys. Let's push. Let's push,
He's
guys.
another investigator,
Let's
guys.
go.
Brandy, thank you.
Let's go.
Thank you, guys. We're just discussing the paranormal, but there's also a battle going on here right now. Welcome, guys. If you're into the paranormal, make sure to give me a sub or a follow. Did Bubba's like freeze? Thank you, guys.
We got lucky.
Yeah.
We got lucky, bro.
Well, you still won.
Christina Christmas, Haiti, Dizzy D, Shells, Deborah.
I've been to Savannah.
Boy, C, and Archie. When you want to say thank you, all you have to do is touch the number where it says 1, 2, and 3,
Mm-hmm.
and then you can tell everybody who gifted you. You know?
Okay, that's
Everyone.
cool.
You want to do another one? 2 out of 3?
All right, go for it.
All right,
All right, guys, we're gonna try one more time. Dude, I'm on like 3 streams here. I've never done this before, so if you guys want to check it out, I'm gonna be live on there eventually too as a 3rd stream. Rainbow, REINBOW. Check
Let's
it
go,
out.
guys.
Sean Austin Paranormal there as well. They give 100% of support to the content people on there.
Let's go, guys. Let's go. Let's go. Tracy, thank you.
Thank you, puppy love.
Remember, they're going to snipe, guys. They're going to snipe. Let's go, guys. Butterfly, thank you. Let's go, guys. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Watch out for that snipe. Thank you, Tiffany.
I stayed in the most haunted hotel in Savannah by myself years ago, in the Marshall Hotel, I think it's called. Brandy, thank you so much. That's cool.
Guys, I'm telling you, guys, let's go, guys, let's go. Let's go, guys.
Carrie, thanks, bro.
Let's go, guys, let's go, let's go, let's go.
Puppy love, Brandy, thank you. Which box are you referring
Let's
to?
go, guys. He's beating us. Oh, man.
Hey, Terry.
Guys, let's go, guys. Let's go.
Brandy, thank you.
Oh, we're barely beating, guys.
I'd love to go to the Clown Motel.
We need something, guys. We need something. Let's go, guys. 16. Oh, we're barely beating, guys. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, guys. She's going to snipe for 2,000 points, I think. At least. Let's go.
Albany,
let's
nice. The video I'm working on next is upstate New York. It's the Sweet Home Estate location. Thank you guys so much. In Iowa, yeah, another location in Iowa, really good, creepy place, Malvern Manor. That place I went to once before on a crazy paranormal haunted trip. Why do you think you have a ghost in your home? Greetings from the Netherlands, guys. For any reason that you're new into the paranormal, I'm live every week doing paranormal investigations every week, paranormal content every week. I hope you give a sub or a follow. Glad for you to be here. Join the Discord. Thank you, guys. Lee, thank you. Sherry, thank you. I'm Sherry. Why did it come with her? I ever been shushed by a ghost? Yes. I think that happened the other night with the SPI. It sounded like it actually creeped me out. It took me for a surprise when that happened. Thank you guys. Thank you guys so much. Milo, thank you. Lee, thank you guys so much. I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for the new orbits.
You got it.
Nice.
Thank you, Haiti. Thank you, Tiffany, Connie, Shells, Dizzy D, Big Pete, Wanda Shop, Tracy, Beth, Claudia, Carol, Mary Bear, and Sue. So, bro, tomorrow I'm going to be in Savannah at the the steps. The steps where a lot, the steps are going up, down steps of death, something like that. You know what I'm talking about?
The steps. When I went there, I went to the Marshall Hotel, stayed by myself, and I went to the two big haunted cemeteries there. It's like a big word. I forget the two names. But those are only places I really got to go there when I went there years ago, back in like 2019. I never heard about any steps, but I know there's a lot of haunted places there.
Yeah, I mean, there's steps going down. There's a lot of people who drink. They drink and then they fall down to their deaths. Because it's steep. It's like a 45-degree angle.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
That sounds like the spirit just said it is.
That's where I'm going tomorrow, and then tomorrow's what? Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. I was going to go to South Carolina.
Okay, if you're going,
if you want,
I'll come meet you.
Yeah. You want to go to Savannah or Georgia? I mean Greenville, South Carolina.
I don't know if I can make it there tomorrow, but like if you're going to be in South Carolina like Thursday or Friday, I could meet you there.
Yeah, Thursday and Friday.
Okay.
Yeah. Thursday and Friday.
Okay.
You want to do another one?
We can do one more. Go for it.
All right, last one.
Last one, guys. I was born in a family that was spiritual and terror. Unfortunately, only my brother and I are still earthbound. Oh, interesting. Cat eyes. I think there's a lot of triggers that people have and experiences in the paranormal early on.
Bro, so Sean, so what do you think about they're making another TikTok M2? It starts in September.
I know. I mean, it'd be nice if they reset my account and where it's not affected by the poo. Brandy, thank you.
Uh-oh, guys, they're beating us, guys. She started strong, guys. Let's go. She started strong, guys. Let's go, guys. Let's go. We got a lot to catch up. We have a lot to catch up. Uh-oh, guys.
Thank you, Brandy.
Uh-oh. Thank you, Jenny Tran. Come on, guys. Let's catch up. She's way ahead of us now. She's way ahead of us.
Send me a PM H class if you want to talk more. I'd be glad to try to help you.
Way ahead of us. Let's go, guys.
Right now,
let's go.
I'm ahead, but probably not for long. Simpson, thank you.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
I would love to have our host here. Thank you, Jenny Tran. Thank you, Tracy. Come on, guys. We catch up. She's going to throw another 1,000. Let's go.
Brandy, thank you so much. Thank you, Brandy. Again, guys, for the reason that you're here, you're new to the paranormal, definitely give me a sub. H-Class, send me a message on Insta. My name is Sean D. Austin there. S-E-A-N, D as in David, A-U-S-T-I-N. I can get back the messages pretty easily there. Thank you guys so much. Oh, wow. Thank you, Lee, Brandy. Carrie, thank you so much for everything tonight, too. Brandy, thank you. 142. Yeah, he's been getting people to go over there to Rainbow. For sure, Cuddles. Hey, Ray, how's it going? You guys have any questions about the paranormal? I know this is kind of like crazy doing 3 streams here. I've never done 3 streams while doing a Q&A here, but I'm getting used to Rainbow as well. I'm not sure, Debbie. I'm okay. Brandy, thank you. It won't send you the code. That's weird. It's a U.S. company. I know that. Yes, they are ghosts. I don't know about that, Commando. I'm not like that. I mean, you know, if it's the time for your pet to pass, you know. What kind of aura does spirits see? I think there's
Bro, you had me tripping.
Really?
You had me tripping. You had me tripping.
Really?
Whew. Yeah. You're at 42, bro.
40.
You're at 42, doing good.
Nice.
Yeah, 42,000 points. Yeah. So check this out. Check this out. Tomorrow, if I meet 110,000 points between today and tomorrow combined, I'm getting sponsored by Rainbow.
Wow.
I'm getting sponsored by Rainbow. They're going to give one person 20,000 coins, the second person 15,000 coins, and 3 people 5,000 coins.
Wow.
It's all going to be put on my wallet on Thursday, and on the live, he's going to give me the names, and I'm going to go ahead and gift it. It's all random.
Oh, wow.
All random people.
That's awesome.
As long as you're a gifter.
Wow, that's very cool.
Right? Very
cool.
So you tell your people that right now they are having a little issues towards getting their coins because they're some are Android, and Androids there's a lot of coding because there's a lot of different ones, but they're fixing all those issues and they're soon going to resolve them. There's going to be subscribers also in the next give it 10 days or before. They're going to slow down the chat. They're going to the gifts are going to not be that loud. A lot of stuff that people are complaining the most. You know what I mean? So it's going to get better, but they got to give it time. Just got to, relax.
Wow.
And it's going to get better.
Cool. Awesome. Yeah. Definitely.
All right. So
sounds good.
I'll call you tomorrow. I'll call you tomorrow. And there's a cemetery that I go. It's really, really good, bro, in Greenville. You want to hit that one first?
Yeah, I don't care. I'm down.
All right. The Spirit said. All right. So then I'll give you a ring tomorrow.
Sounds good, bud. Enjoy.
All right. Thanks.
Later, man.
Guys. All right. Bye.
Later. Again, guys, if you're here, if you want to ask any questions about the paranormal, thank you again, guys, for throwing down here on Rainbow. I'm getting all these people trying to come on and chat on the thing, probably because I'm ranked there. Okay, I'll check it out, H-Class. I'll reach back to you. So, thank you guys for being here. Make sure to give me a sub or a follow. Do you have any questions about the paranormal? How did you become a demonologist? Well, since I started doing paranormal um, podcasts, and when I got into the paranormal, I started going on podcasts and talking with people, and there was a resonating thing that people were telling me that I have some sort of calling. I really didn't know what they meant. So then all of a sudden I was reading about demonology, and reading about demonic hauntings, and then I had my own podcast and I was bringing guests on. And that's how I met Ralph Sarchi, who at the time, he had a movie coming out based on his book. His original book was Beware the Night. It became Deliver Us from Evil. And I brought him on the podcast with me. And, actually, I talked to him for a couple of hours. He called me, "Do you want to talk on the phone?" And after the podcast, he'd asked me if I wanted to, film a documentary or something with him. And it was a TV show, a series for Discovery called The Demon Files. And I was an investigator for Ralph Sarchi. You can still watch that on Discovery Plus, The Demon Files. There's 3 episodes. That was the first TV show I was ever on, where we were helping families dealing with demonic hauntings. And that's how I was mentored under, how he approaches the cases, helping people dealing with true, inhuman infestations that are going on in people's homes. And I guess somewhere around the 2019 area, Ralph had told me that I'm a demonologist. I really didn't know what I deserved to be, to deserve that title. But someone of his stature and his, he told me that I had to use the title he's telling me that I am. I mean, he's like, you approach it the way that I approach it, and that was it. And then, I've continued to use that method, helping families when it comes to dealing with demonic, true, genuine demonic infestations. So that's pretty much kind of a small gist of how that began. Weird, Rachel. Sure, Lee, I could post the books that I started out with in the Discord if you guys like. What do you think about spirit mediums that say they can talk to past relatives or friends? I'm one of them, Butch. I do have medium abilities. I didn't think I'd have these abilities. They happened to me in the middle of my life. I started having a spiritual awakening within the first time out at a cemetery investigating the paranormal. It was like immediate. I started having experiences. I was having premonitions, dreams, visitations. I was actually worried that an evil spirit. You do not have to be a priest to be a demonologist. No, you have to be, for a solemn exorcism, that would be on a person. That would have to be a traditional Catholic priest. I do the exorcism ritual on a house. I can do it on a location, but not on a person. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, I will. I'll put it in the Discord if you guys want the books that I started out with when I started my paranormal journey. Be glad to. And mind you guys, I have 2 books that I published about my own paranormal experiences, if you're not aware. And you can get signed copies of them on, SeanDAustin.com. If you live in the U.S., I mail out them signed. And if you're outside the U.S. and you want a copy of any one of my 2 books about my paranormal experiences, they're on Amazon. They're called Shadow Chaser and Shadow Chaser: The In-Between. And interesting enough is that a good friend of mine showed my picture to a psychic that asked her, who doesn't know me, what's her interpretation, her psychic interpretation of me without knowing me, and she called me a shadow chaser. And she's like, "What do you mean?" And she said that he's meant to take shadows and send them back to where they belong. And that has been a recurring theme in my journey in the paranormal, and that's why I call those books Shadow Chaser, because that was the name that a psychic gave me. It wasn't just a cool name, it was something a psychic called me without knowing me, and I thought that was unique. I dealt with one legitimate possession case. I write about it in my second book, Shadow Chase: The In Between. Um, Actually, you're going to hear some about it on a video that I've collabed with somebody. I provided some evidence to him that we'll be talking about it on the video you're going to see on YouTube soon at some point, and you're going to hear about that story. Um, it's scary as it can get, and this involves a girl that was pregnant while she was possessed. And I dealt with all sorts of things that are movie level crazy. Um, when I was trying to help this girl, and this is before I was really knowledgeable about all demonology. I was just learning, but I was emotionally invested to try to help this girl and the child that she was going to give birth to, and the whole situation's as harrowing as you can think. But you will hear about that. Yes, I've seen Constantine. Huh. Nice. Hello, Lex. Again, guys, appreciate giving this video a thumbs up, sharing it out, tapping the screen. And yes, I'm familiar with Ed and Lorraine Warren. I met Lorraine Warren. I wish I would have met Ed Warren. I was at their house. I could tell you a cool story. Within the first couple years I got into the paranormal, they were still doing events at the Warrens' house, where you'd get to meet Lorraine Warren. She'd tell the story of how they met and show you some footage, and you get to walk around the museum and get, meet Annabelle the doll. And the night before I decided I wanted to go to the event, and I had nobody to go with because at the time I didn't know anybody. Yes, I know John Zaffis very well. I'm very friendly with John Zaffis. I'll be seeing him. Actually, John Zaffis will be there at the Gettysburg Battle Bash the end of this month, July 25th to 27th. I will be there with my books, DVDs, promoting the SPI. If anyone's in the area, come to Gettysburg. It's for a good cause, for wounded warriors. Look it up on FB. I'm going to be there, and a bunch of other cool paranormal people, and it's for a great cause, and it's a fun time all weekend. So the night before I decided I was going to go to this event at the Warrens' house, I had a very vivid vision and a dream. And that dream was, I was in this room, and Ed Warren put his hand on my shoulder and said, "Hey, sit down over here." He's like, tell me about your life. What's going on in your life? And I'm just like this and that. He's like, I'd really like to draw a painting of one of your scary stories. And I'm like, really? Which one? And he's like, hold on a second. Something weird's happening. And then he runs over to this old black rotary phone. And then when he picks it up, I woke up. Now, when I went to the event where Lorraine Warren was there, and that's the first time I met Lorraine, we sat in their living room of their house in Connecticut, and she was sitting in the corner of the room, and she told the story of how her and Ed met, and they showed some scary footage, and I noticed where she was sitting, that looked like where Ed was sitting in my vision. And so I did a tour of the museum, and then there was dinner afterwards at a local Italian restaurant. So we went to the restaurant, and I met some of Nesper and Tony Spira, and Lorraine was there. And Lorraine gave me a really cool advice because I was having a spiritual awakening. I was like, do you have any advice for me? And she had told me to write down notes when you're sleeping, to take notes of things that are coming to you. And it's very true, because a lot of this stuff happens when your subconscious is awake while you're sleeping. But I had told all of them about my vision. I told them about the paintings. Now, throughout the museum, Ed Warren has all of his paintings. He painted. They were all throughout the museum. So obviously that was like a connection. The way he spoke to me, the way I explained it to them, they said that sounds like Ed, the way he speaks. And I even saw what he was wearing. He was wearing like a white colored shirt, like a thin maroon sweater, and like khaki pants. Said that sounds just like something he would wear. And the kicker is that the black rotary phone, he used to use a black rotary phone right outside, I believe, the museum. That was the phone he was always on, unbeknownst to me. But all that connectivity, I believe that Ed Warren came to me the night before I went to his house for the first time, and he really sat down with me. I do believe that for sure. So that's a cool little, interesting story for the first time that I went to the Warrens. Now, I also went to Lorraine Warren's wake and showed my respects. Again, I really wish I could have met Ed. I did have I did have a couple of things that I believe that were visitations from Ed Warren. There was another one that was very profound to me, involving the story behind me, the Amityville, the Resurgence. And that documentary is the story of my personal experiences involving the Amityville story, the case of Amityville. Now, many years ago, I went to I went down to Amityville. I was live streaming on a platform called Periscope. And Periscope was the first live streaming platform that there ever was before any of social media started to do it. They actually copied it from them, and Instagram and all of them started to do it after they did. They really screwed up. It would have been the next TikTok if they didn't, screwed up. But so I decided to go down to Long Island, and I went to the grave where the DeFeo family is buried. And I had asked if there's anyone still here from the family, and I had one of my devices on, and it spit out John. I didn't know which one John was at the time, but there were people walking around the cemetery, and I didn't want to interrupt their visiting their loved one, so I went in my car to be respectful, and I turned the spirit box on, and this little boy started speaking through the spirit box, and he said he was John. And as I always do, and I was doing this many years ago, because this is many years ago, I'm like, do you want me to pray for you, John? And he goes, please. And I prayed for him. And so after that, I drove to the house and just stayed in my car, and I did another spirit box session. And this kid continuously was speaking to me on the spirit box. I have all this on video. Still to this day, I've never had a kid's voice constantly coming through the spirit box over and over and over again, talking to me. And then there was a voice, a deep voice, said George. And if you don't know George Lutz, associated with Amityville. So anyways, that night I actually went home, and that was when it started. That night I had a very vivid vision. I was walking into the Amityville house, and I saw these three distinct shadow figures standing at the top of the stairs of the Amityville house in this vision. And I yelled out to them. I said, in the name of Jesus Christ, if that boy John is still stuck here, I command you to let him go. And then there was a piano that picked up from the adjacent room, and it threw at me. And I felt the jolt from the piano, and I woke up, and I saw a black mist fly through my ceiling. And I turned around, looked at my phone, and the time at night was 3:15, which was the alleged time of the murders of the Amityville case. And this would happen over and over again. I would have a nightmare about the house, wake up, black mist go through my ceiling, and it would be 3:15 in the morning. It was something that would happen over and over again. I'd have many different things. One of the times I was floating over the Amityville house, and I heard thousands of flies buzzing in my ear, and wake up with the chills, blackness through the ceiling. One of the times I had a vision that I was creeping up the stairs to the second floor of the Amityville house, and as I was getting to the second floor, let me tell you, I had this feeling. This dark thing gave me this feeling that I felt like a peon to this evil thing. This evil from that house made me feel so little that I felt so overwhelmed. And I'm like, what did I get myself into? It was like really bad. And this stuff was following me around. I was doing investigations, and flies were flying around me. And they were mentioning Amityville. One of the times, and I have this on the documentary, have this on audio. This voice came through and said, I'm still in prison. And I'm very good with my ears because I'm a musician. And I'm like, that was definitely Ron DeFeo Jr.'s voice. And to say that I'm in prison, and what I did is I compared the voice to the real voice of Ron DeFeo Jr., and it's identical. Now, do I think that that was Ron's voice? No, I think it was the demonic spirit imitating him. But it was that whole thing surrounding that story was around me. And so what ended up happening, I'm skipping around here. I one night went to Ralph Sarchi, my mentor in demonology. And if you haven't seen the movie based on his book, Deliver Us from Evil, Eric Ban as a Cop, see the movie. It's a fantastic possession movie. It might still be on Netflix. But anyways, I told him that I have this new device I wanted to like test out, and I'm gonna go to the Amityville house. And he's like, Sean, you trying to get me to go play with the devil tonight? And I'm laughing. And he came with me, and he came in the car. Now all this scene is in the documentary. So him and I go in my car, and we turn on. We were using the Fazit box at the time, and we got such crazy advice. He was mind blown. The little kid was talking to us, and we even asked if that boy was the same picture, that famous picture that you know of the Amityville, where you see the boy peeking out, the Lorraine Warren's photographer took. And there's a lot of debate about that, saying, oh, it's fake or this and that. But we asked the boy, was that you in the picture? And you can watch the trailer on YouTube. Just type in Amityville Resurgence. It's in the trailer. And you hear a little kid goes, that wasn't me. Like, it's crazy. We even asked them to imitate the gunshot noise that was heard that night, and it was boom in the car with us. So by this time, I had told Ralph that I believed that the boy was trapped there, and this shit was pissed that I prayed for the kid, and it was following me. And he prayed, so that he actually believes me now. So he actually went to mass the next day, and he offered up his communion and his mass for that boy John DeFeo. And after that, the boy never came through again. So I believe that the boy was actually helped. So I had written about it in my second book, Shadow Chaser: The In-Between, and I was filming the show Ghost Loop for Travel Channel, which is another TV series I was a part of for Travel Channel. We were on the road for like 2 months traveling around the country, and I was in this hotel and I was live streaming, and all of a sudden, clairvoyantly, I had this image of George Lutz's face. And I'm like, George, are you here with me? And this voice comes through the spirit box and goes, Amityville stole my soul. And once again, I'm like, that sounds like George Lutz's voice. And I'm like, why did you follow me here? He goes, chapter. He knew I was writing a chapter about the book. And when I was writing the book, it was during the winter, and I was voice texting it. I was in my room, and I would just hear by my ear, flying by my ear, out of nowhere. This is something that was around me. There's something about this case. And talking about someone who'd asked, I think Topa earlier, talking about if you talk about it, acknowledge it, like that case specifically. Now, mind you guys, I also have this too, while I'm talking about this. I have a piece of one of the windows of the Amityville house. It comes with a certificate of authenticity. There was people that were working on the house, I believe in the 80s, and they had some of the windows from the house. And that's literally right here in my hand, if you guys want to check it out. That is a piece of one of the windows from the actual real Amityville house. So, anyways, so we're actually going to do a documentary about this story, and I didn't know that was going to happen. So I had told the filmmaker, I'm like, well, we're going to have to go back. What's up, Vince? So I'm like, we're going to have to go back to the Amityville house. So I went back with the filmmaker in front of the Amityville house. And it's during the winter. It's like 30 degrees out. And I wanted to get some more validation to what actually happened, previously, to give more validity to my story and more cohesiveness and an ending to back it all up. So, and I know people are skeptical about like balls of light and stuff like that, the orbs and things like that. But I do believe that spirits can form into that manifestation, and I have it on video. There is a ball of light, a spherical shape, that circles around the car and comes through the windshield. Dust can't come through a windshield. You can see it outside. The windshield comes through the windshield, and I'm following it around with an infrared camera in the car. And as soon as it gets close to my phone, the phone shuts off. And it was just really wild because, like, there we are with the Amityville house right in front of us, and we have some sort of crazy, you know, weird thing while we're staying at the Amityville house. Ball lightning. Autumn, thank you. So, anyways, we had stuff come through in the spirit box that they had said these 3 shadows figures were pissed that the boy was taken from them coming through the spirit box. And so here's the thing. So now I'm going to take it back. So originally, I had this vision, and I told Ralph about this years before this happened, and I didn't know what it meant. So I had this very vivid vision of Ed Warren. I was in the car. Lorraine Warren's to the left of me. She had like a plaid skirt on, looked like the 70s. Ed's in the front, and he's like, we're off to the Amityville house. And I'm like, all right. So all of a sudden, we walk into the Amityville house. I'm in the first floor, and Ed puts his hand on my shoulder, and he goes, Sean. He's like, we're back in time right now. I'm like, okay, really? He's like, you're a big part of all this. And I'm like, what do you mean? What does that mean? And he's like, take a look up. And the word accolade was floating in midair. And I had to look up the word the next day just to really try to disseminate what that could mean. It means honorary knighthood or something like that. And I remember telling Ralph this vision because it was around the time that we were filming the show, I think around 2014. Because when I went to the Amityville house, it was years later. And he was like, be careful, it could be the demonic, and saying something like that, kind of warning me. But looking back, that everything that happened with the Amityville case, the only thing that makes sense to me is that Ed was coming to me, because how would I have any connection to the Amityville story? But now looking back at what had happened is that I do believe from me going that initial day, discovering that boy John DeFeo was stuck there praying for him, pissing off these things, and then Ralph came and actually gave up the mass and his communion for that boy, that all of that cohesive, culmination of events led to that boy crossing over and leaving that property. And that's what Ed Warren meant, is that the word accolade is because you're a big part of this, because that boy ended up crossing over. He was stuck there. Now, to give more potential validity about the boy being stuck there, an interesting thing I found out in the same year that the documentary released is, so they did an Amityville documentary that came out within the same year of this documentary, and they had said that John DeFeo was the last person to actually pass away from the gunshot wounds out of the entire family. So then that took me back, and I'm like, wow, that to me just kind of gives potential more validation to that the boy could have been stuck there, because what if the whole family had passed from their gunshot wounds and transitioned, and that boy was the last person to pass from his wounds and comes out of his body in the house looking for his family and was stuck ever since. To me, that was a huge connection to me that it rang true to me. But that's kind of like a gist of the whole Amityville story, but kind of unique in how all the things kind of connected. And I truly believe that's what happened. I don't know who those 3 shadow figures are, but they're really bad. Again, it definitely showed its face to me. We did end up doing a screening of the Amityville documentary in Amityville, in this very nice lady's metaphysical shop in Amityville. And within 24 hours, the filmmaker heard his wife call out his name, and she was sleeping. The shop owner heard her child call out her name. Nobody's there. And the day we were driving down to Long Island, somebody texted from a strange number the filmmaker's name. He texted him 3:15, and at the same time I swatted my ear in the car. I thought there was a fly in my ear, and I looked at my car and it said 315 miles left to the gallon. It was just, there's something really weird about that that story. There's something, it's cursed. There's something to it. And those are the type of cases that fascinate me the most, the ones that really stick to you like this ooze, and it sticks around for a while. And there's something really weird about that story. I know that all entertainment things exaggerate stories for Hollywood and, whatever that, but I've seen it up and close and personal, and the evil associated with that house is real. I've seen it. I've experienced it. Whatever was exaggerated, I don't know, but I've never even been in that house, and that stuff followed me home, and it was pissed, and it's because I prayed for that boy. Like every other evil thing that gets pissed off of me for praying for spirits. So I met Lorraine Warren, but I never met Ed. I wish I would have met Ed. Ed, he passed away in 2006. I've heard lots of stories from Ralph. I was sitting there like a little kid wanting to absorb all the stories of these people that were around the times the pioneering times when not many people were into ghost hunting or doing paranormal investigations. We're talking the days when people would actually have to look in the yellow pages to find a parapsychologist or someone that could actually potentially help them in their haunted house. People would want to probably run them out of the neighborhoods with a torch and a pitchfork. Get out of here. Nowadays people with social media and getting money from views and things like that, a lot of people want their house to be haunted because they're going to get attention. So it makes it a little harder for people to disseminate who wants help. I've had a lot of people I remember when TikTok started, there were people like, oh, I need help and this and that. And then I see them starting to post videos of stuff in their house, and then they start getting millions of views. And then, oh, they don't need help anymore because they're making money. So they don't care about their house being haunted anymore. So they want to live with this stuff because they realize there's a price tag that's coming their way from it. So it's a different world than it was 30, 40 years ago. That's for sure. But it also makes it harder to figure out who actually needs help and who's doing it for materialistic reasons. I mean, even if somebody told you they wanted to be helped, and you go to their house, and if they have the intention subconsciously that they're only doing it for materialistic reasons, these spirits can retaliate and come at you for it because they know they're going to win the battle. They know they're going to actually attain permission to be there after you're there, and people can be hurt because of that spiritually. T1000. Hey, Amy. Yeah, it's a different world with social media and everything that goes on. But I think that's also a great thing for myself to have my intuitive abilities. So when I speak to people and try to figure out what's going on, I'll feel stuff. It's not. It's like I'm kind of investigating even when I'm talking to people, because I'm starting to tap in. Like I consider like having abilities is like, having your own piece of equipment. So, and it's kind of on all the time. So when I'm talking to people and things of that nature and about potential cases and stuff, like things will come to me. I'll have dreams about it. I might feel it on the phone. I remember we were assessing cases for the Demon Files like back in like 2014 for Discovery, and this lady, one of the cases was talking about some goat thing that was running down the hallway, ran after one of her kids, and they got claw marks on their shoulder. And right as she told me the story, I had burning on my shoulder, and there were claw marks that showed up on right on the shoulder in the same place. The thing didn't want me talking to them. That's what happens. These things will come at you if they feel like there's a chance that you're going to step in their way and block them from their ultimate, evil plans. Even if there's a chance, yeah, they don't like it at all. That's why I have a whole line of nasty things that are not happy with me. Again, I've talked about this before. It's one thing to go into a home and you're trying to help the people that are dealing with this. These evil spirits are trying to attain the souls of these people. They're trying to wreak as much havoc and cause them to ultimately where they would, give up on life and do something terrible. And, that's a process that they're trying to attain those souls, okay? But when it comes to like what I'm doing all the time, and I'm actually praying for souls, that actually are in the spirit realm, that are earthbound, that are stuck energetically, consciously, emotionally, um, with the human life that they once lived, you know, whatever tragedy or horrific passing that they had at maybe at the hands of somebody else. And these human souls are suffering. People, souls that are earthbound, they're not happy. That thing, it's kind of funny because you have like people come in to the lives, or like if I'm walking around a cemetery and they're like, let them rest in peace, and I'm thinking to myself, well, if these souls are here talking to me, they're not at peace. That's the thing. I mean, you're just thinking, let the body just sit there, but the soul, if they're not transitioned, they are not at peace, and they may need acknowledgement. And that's what I do when I go to these places. I've been doing this now for 15 years, and it's been a recurring theme going to all these places, hundreds of places. I mean, dude, I was the dude walking around a cemetery during the day in 2014, live streaming during the day. Nobody else was doing that around that time. I was live streaming cemeteries during the day, all the time, and praying for spirits all the time. And definitely Amy. Um, and but yeah, these souls are trapped, and sometimes they need encouragement, individual encouragement. And that's why I like to approach cases from a place where if they're experiencing stuff in their house and they're just human spirits, that I'd like to get down with them on an individual level. I think that has a better chance to overcoming the issues and displacing, the issues off the property, not just trying to put a, explosion of light into a home where everything's kind of pushed out, because that you're trying to just force everything out. Now, if it's evil or negative, of course, that would be the thing you'd have to do. But if it's like a human soul element where they're attached to the property, or items, or whatever it is, they passed away in the house, trying to encourage them to go towards the light and find the peace that they deserve, and know that they're not letting go of something. You're just transitioning to a higher consciousness, to your higher self. And that's something I truly believe too, is that it's almost as if like a fragment of our soul is in our human bodies. Because think about it, there's no conception of time in the spirit world. Past, present, future are all the same thing. And if you think about it, like we're already in, the spiritual realm, because time is linear there. So in retrospect, it's like we're there, but we're not there yet. We're in both places, because they're places. The past is a place, the present's a place, and the future's a place. But in that realm, all of that is one thing. So it's kind of like hard to think of that. It's hard to fathom, but I think that's really what it is. It's like when you return into the light, it's a deeper understanding. It's a understanding of why our souls came here, and to learn all the lessons and experiences that we have, and why we come here, and deal with all the crappy stuff we have to endure on planet Earth. But do the souls ever try to help you out in a good way? I hear them warn you sometimes. Yeah, they definitely try to help a lot. Um, and I think that goes along. Um, I think that goes along with something else that. God, there's so many things on my phone right now. And this is something else. So what you're saying. So I think that if you actually present yourself to show true, genuine respect to spirits, not just saying, oh, I'm going to give you a voice to your story, but like really, genuinely, not just saying because you want to have a piece of evidence for yourself. These are people that once lived. I'm appreciative of it, and that's why I announce it all the time. But I'm not just saying it. The spirits know if you're telling the truth. They know if your intentions subconsciously is more focused on materialistic reasons, for selfish reasons for yourself, or something that is a mutual respect and you're appreciative of it. And the least you can do is to try to show them respect. And I think that spirits are more reciprocal with evidence around me in general because of that, because they know. And that's why activity around me spikes a lot, and especially in some of these places, because they know that I'm going to come in there and pray for someone. It just happened in the house that I went to that I collab with somebody on YouTube. I did collab with Colin from Paranormal Files. I know there's somebody said they saw me on there. A video I did with him, and it was like the same thing. We had a really interesting thing in a house, and this guy wanted me out of there. And that's just like a recurring thing. But I think that you get a lot more reciprocal evidence when something's going to change in the paranormal realm, and they feel threatened. Like the spiritual environment's going to be changed in some way. The spirit's going to potentially leave or find peace, and like, you know, there might be an energy there that's trying to trap them and keep them in that state. It's kind of like disrupting a web, so to speak. You know, a spiritual web. But I do believe that if you show true, genuine respect, then spirits will be more willing to reciprocate in evidence. And if you notice all the EVPs that I get, I think there's a connectivity to, you know, who I am, what I do, and how I do it, with evidence that happens around me a lot of the times. And I think that if a lot more people did approach it that way, there'd be more reciprocal results with that. I hear you, Lee. Guys, if you want to get in touch with me as well, um, join the Discord. I am on the Discord. There's real updates there about investigations that are coming up and things like that. Thank you, Beth. Um, Now, if anybody is interested, if you know about SPI and you are interested in investing into the SPI software that I have created, I have a lot of innovative, futuristic ideas for the future. Come on the Discord, or message me on Insta, Sean D. Austin. If you want to read about more of this really bad situation that I've had to deal with because of an evil person, go to the top link on my YouTube channel if you want to support it and read more about what has happened recently. Lee, I don't know. Shay, have a good night. No problem. Thank you, Sin Sin. Sorry, I went off on like a tangent here, but I'm sure you guys want to hear some of these stories. I have so many ghost stories, I forget some of them. And then all of a sudden, like, oh yeah, that happened too. There's just so many. I probably should write a book about the Demon Castle in upstate New York and what happened there, and how that connected to the Delphi case. Because that was really weird too. I've written 2 books about my paranormal experiences. Yes, I have 2 paranormal books I wrote. I was just talking about before, Shadow Chaser and Shadow Chaser: The In Between. If you want a signed copy and you live in the U.S., go to SeanDAustin.com. Or if you live outside the U.S., just go to Amazon and type in the names of those books, Shadow Chaser, Shadow Chaser: The In Between. For sure, Sin Sin. Thank you, Bolt. Glad to have you as well. Sounds good. Join the Discord, guys. We have a nice little group growing in there. Hope you guys have it. And guys, also join, download Rainbow. Again, you get 100% support from, to the content creators. REINBOW. That's a place that I'm going to be live on as well as these 2 soon. Rainbow, REINBOW, and then follow me on Sean Austin Paranormal. I'm live on there right now. That's something I'm going to be live on as well. Definitely, Brandy. Definitely. I got lots of interesting ghost stories. Oh, awesome, Debbie. Thank you, Beth. Appreciate that. Make sure to give a sub or a follow, guys, on here as well. Um, I'm inching towards 50K on YouTube, so please go over to Sean Austin Paranormal on YouTube and give a sub over there. Help me reach 50K. I want to get to 100K subs in there. Let's make that a goal as I recover from this nightmare I've been dealing with and starting to push full episodes and live streaming more and posting a lot more videos for y'all. I know you do, Eric. Nice, Empress. Glad to have you. No, they're not, Lee. It's on Amazon if you live outside the country, or go to seandaustin.com. When I was in the woods the last 2 days, that goat creature was with us. I literally was like, "What is here with us?" and it said "goat" on EVP. My teenage son asked if you know about the Annabelle doll being moved after Ed and Lorraine said not to. Well, Lorraine had events and took the doll down the street to a restaurant. I know all those guys. They're very nice guys. They're just obviously, moving it in a more, you know, broader scale. They would bring the doll to a restaurant down the street when Lorraine Warren was still alive. Bringing that stuff around, I mean, you can tell stories about it, and more people can hear about the dangers of the evil spirits. I mean, everyone's got different opinions about what's wrong or right in the paranormal. Everyone's very sensitive. Of course, I believe that thing has an evil thing attached to it. Some people are very skeptical, but I have a story about the Annabelle thing. I have video evidence. If you guys want to watch what happened to me with the Annabelle story, it's on my YouTube channel. Type in my channel, search for the video with Annabelle. There's 2 parts, and I have video evidence of that thing following me home and evidence to back up my story. There's something evil associated with that doll, and that came home with me one night too. Now, there's a lot of people that go to that doll and acknowledge it and give it energy, and it has a lot more energy than it may have had many years ago, because now there's so many people that know about the doll and see it. Acknowledgement does give it energy. I don't know why that thing followed me home, but I truly believe the thing from that associated with that doll followed me home one night. And I have video evidence to back it up. Again, it's very easy to sit there on the outside and be skeptical. Oh, the doll is not real, or Amityville is not real. But when you go and have a first-hand experience, you see up close and personal, that's a different story. It's a lot easier to just say, oh, I heard this wasn't real or that wasn't real. So I wear a Blessed St. Michael pennant around my neck. Ralph has a relic of the true cross Jesus was crucified on. Lorraine Warren had one. Anything it touches is considered a third-class relic, and that's why I wear it around my neck at all times. Thank you guys for the orbits. Yeah, Amy. I'm pretty lucky to say that some really famous evil spirits associated with some very top-tiered evil cases I've definitely encountered. Amityville, Annabelle, and the evil goat thing from the Conjuring 3 story with the boy David Glatzel. I went by that house and that thing followed me home, and it was with me for weeks afterwards too. I use all things like blessed salt, holy water. Obviously, I'm a Catholic, so I approach the paranormal from that perspective. Thank you guys for the orbits over there. Sounds good, Bolt. Lucky me. Yeah. And guys, check out SPI on iOS right now, Spearphone Innovations. Use the SAM mode. I don't even use the question portion. The SAM mode is the specifically engineered conceptual idea of mine. It's listening for EVPs outside of human speech frequencies that has no limitations to what it believes a spirit may say. And leave it on, be patient, press the star button, and I've had crazy results in the last couple of days using that thing. Yeah, Robert the Doll. I've never been down there, but that's down in. Well, I'll take an excuse down and go to Key West. I think that's where it is, right? Eric asked where I think the evil thing in the mirror came from. Pine Lawn when I was there. I had no idea there was a lady at the back of Pine Lawn that allegedly summoned an evil spirit sacrificing cats. And I took Twin Paranormal back to the area that I felt this thing was like doing this with its long finger and long black fingernail. It was doing it last night. It was in the woods. This thing definitely knows who I am and it's following me around. Just iPhone, and we're hoping to have Android out before the end of the year if everything goes well. Pray to God. Oh, like in the map you're talking about? Do you think if you get rid of a demon that it will leave you and jump to someone near you? If they're in a house and they're attached to me, could it jump to someone else? It's possible. But if you're just saying like randomly, like someone else, I don't think that would be something really too feasible to happen. I'd be, they have to have some sort of invitation to there's 3 stages. There's the infestation where they have permission to infest an environment, and then the oppression, which is the psychological breakdown of the person, and then rarely it would turn into possession. Why do possessed people hear things differently from spirit boxes? Well, they're probably hearing spirits talk to them telepathically like a typical medium. I really don't know what a possessed person would do, but I mean, if a possessed person is hearing voices, but when they're taken over, they don't remember what's actually happening and when it actually, they'll lose track of time. Well, the question one, you can ask a question. It's kind of like a paranormal puck thing where the spirit, might have an opportunity to manipulate it to get the answer it wants. But I use the SAM mode because that's my original conceptual idea. I do have some really awesome ideas for the future that would have some visual things that would blow people's minds. So we'll see what happens for the future. Do you think spirits can lead you somewhere using GPS? I mean, I do believe spirits can manipulate anything that's electrical. So, I mean, they can manipulate anything in that avenue. So, I'm not going to say it's impossible. Okay, Shadow. Thank you. Yes, I've been to the Conjuring house. I did make a video about my investigation from back in 2020. It's on my YouTube channel. Just type in the Conjuring house, I think, on my channel. How do I open my third eye? I'm sensitive but need to open up. It's meditation, Tiffany. It's closing your eyes, blocking out your mind, and trying to receive information. If you want to improve your clairvoyant ability, it would try to focus on an object where you'd actually see the item at the back of your eyelids. Try to focus on seeing an item, whatever you think of. And if you want to hear spirits, you just want to sit there and try to listen and not think about anything. That's why true, genuine psychics do not want to know information, because your rational mind will try to fill in the blanks, and you will not know and how to perceive what is coming from a third person perspective or something that your rational mind's trying to answer for you. That's something you have to learn. That's why, meditation is key to kind of deciphering one of the two. Gary, thanks for the shares. Guys, join the Discord if you have questions for me from there too. If you want to talk to me or get real-time updates on what I'm doing, hit that link in the chat, or go to the links in my YouTube channel, where it has all my links to all things. Yeah, it's interesting. I've had it on while I was sleeping in the SAM mode. Some of the stuff it says, yeah, it can be very interesting. I've had a couple weird. Actually, I had something weird happen when I was testing it out. No, you don't, Debbie. Well, Beth, I'll create another creepy one. Is that I had a vision that I was sleeping here, and I had the SAM mode on while I was sleeping because I was testing it out when the new version came out initially, and I had a dream that some girl I know was on the stairs looking away from me, and they were like below me, and they turned around at me, and the face was all distorted, and then it growled at me. And then I woke up and I looked at the SAM mode, and it said the word mimic. And I'm like, that can't be a coincidence. That's pretty creepy. I don't know, I've had a lot of really creepy, scary stuff, obviously. One time I came back from this guy's house, and he was in a previous satanic person, did rituals, and I was in his basement, and I remember going down in his basement, and there was like a spherical shape, like an orb, like this big, over his right over his shoulder, like big. It almost was like the size of like a bowling ball. And I told him I just saw this over his shoulder, and he's like, "That's funny because another psychic told me they saw the same thing." We're down in this basement, and I felt the evil in there so bad. I went home, and because he had told me that he actually dripped blood on like a Bible, and like went to graves and took jewelry. Like he was doing some really deep, dark stuff when he was younger. And I went home, and I had this feeling in my stomach, um, this panic feeling. My stomach starting to tighten up, and I had this vision of this hooded thing with a knife over me, and it was dripping blood on a Bible. And then I saw this buffalo goat creature thing at the corner of my bed, and I said the first line of Psalm 91. And when I said the first line of Psalm 91, I had fallen asleep with the lights on. My lights and my air conditioner turned off for 3 seconds and then turned back on. Right after I said the first line of that prayer. It's pretty crazy. Like I said, I've had a lot of crazy stuff over the years. It happens, Beth. A young blonde boy in a wheelchair. No, I haven't, Patricia. But I've been to some haunted hospitals and mental asylums where I wouldn't say it's off the table. You saw a black shroud over somebody. Yeah, I've seen stuff floating over people's shoulders as well too, like um, an attachment or something. Yep. Again, guys, for any reason that you're into the paranormal, we're doing like a paranormal discussion here. I typically do paranormal investigations every week, which I do. Paranormal content. Hope you will give me a sub or a follow. For any reason that you're not following me on YouTube, I hope you do. Help me get to 50K subs in there. I'm not that far off there. What's up, Ninja? I'm still #1 on Rainbow. Thank you again, guys, for throwing down over there. I'm going to be adding Rainbow to the repertoire of live streaming. So, thank you, Beth. You too. A zombie's ghost. I wouldn't say I'm famous. I've been around for a handful of years. I'm passionate about the paranormal, and I'm out there just doing it because it's truly, genuinely my passion. Um, but thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you, Adrian. Lori, if you go to Sean Austin Paranormal on YouTube, just type in SEANAUSTIN Paranormal and give a sub over there. I'm going to start getting back into posting full episodes. I do have another episode I never put together for Up Against Evil too, but it's going to be a sensitive one, so I'm going to have to be a little careful of that one. That's okay to be healthily objective, Craig, and skeptical. That's the episode I'm talking about, Miss Ash. Something did happen recently that is creepy. Nicole, thanks for the sub. No problem, Lori. Now, guys, I am going to leave a camera on in the haunted room tonight, overnight, on YouTube, if you want to watch. I will do that maybe like in an hour and a half-ish. Definitely, Amy. I haven't done one of those in a while, but I'm going to do one tonight. Do you ever go back and check the property history for more news or information? Yeah, it's happened. You end up finding out more. Mark Walsh, what's up, buddy? Hope you guys would join the channel. Give a sub or a follow. Thank you, Lee. Appreciate you. Hey, Marissa. I got 4 different coasts on camera in my home. Most of my life, I've seen it most of my life. Moving the home, sitting alone, the hairs on my back. That's how it goes, Dana. I do have the ability to do that. I never saw myself lining up people to read them, but I do have the ability to do it. I kind of feel weird. I feel a little weird, like charging for something like that and doing all that. I've practiced read on people, but I don't know. I do believe that, Craig, that we all decided to be born, yes, to learn, to come down here, to have an opportunity to bring a brightness to our soul. I do not know who Deborah Davies is. No problem. I have been attacked, yes. I've been pulled out of my bed by my ankle, been scratched, I've been hit, I've been pushed. Cool. No, I've never heard of her. Robin, thank you. I've been oppressed by evil spirits. There have been multiple attempts to try to oppress me. It ain't a walk in the park. I've had multiple attempts to oppress me when I've been dealing with this evil person and what they've done to me. These evil spirits know I'm going through something, and I'm going through a lot of stress and anxiety, and there's been things around trying to really take me down mentally. It's been a real challenge. It's not my first rodeo, but it's definitely been tough. You know. For sure, zombies. Yep. Thank you. Thank you, Ray. Appreciate it. Kathy, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm not out of the waters yet, Amy. It's still pretty bad. Still pretty bad. I'm kind of a candle burning at both ends right now still, with this situation. I'm definitely definitely made progress from where I was a month or 2 ago. Did I like being on Paranormal TV? The opportunity to be on something like that and be involved with something like that, with something that you're passionate about, is a huge opportunity. But in some of these TV situations, you really don't have control over anything. Jill, hello. That's the part I don't like. Um, I really wish, it's situations like, even the Netflix show. I wish they put the whole song of Mercy Adelaide and what happened to me with the music on there. Um, but, TV producers have their own idea of what they think will be good in the show. Um, so I don't, that part I don't like where you're kind of more of a puppet. You're there to, you know, be a part of something that you have no control over. Um, I mean, I, there's different things I've experienced over the years with TV shows that I've been on that have not been pleasurable at all. But everything happens for a reason, and I gotta, be thankful for the opportunities, anyways. Oh, thank you, Beth. I didn't know you watched the Amityville documentary. Oh, thank you, Lee. Yes, Amy. Amy's saying the same sentiment because she was on the Netflix there in the chat, the Netflix show with me too. She was one of the team's locations on the 28 Days Haunted Netflix show that we were on. Oh, no worries. Yes, it's very draining to do the paranormal. And when we did the 28 Days Haunted, it didn't matter if I slept 8 hours. We were investigating engaging ghosts every day for 7 days a week. There was no break. I was experiencing paranormal while I was sleeping. I'd put my hand up, camera was on me, and say there's something at my bed. Someone whispered in my ear. It was nonstop. Thank you, Beatrix. Again, guys, check out as well because I'm going to be live on there as well when I'm doing investigations at some point soon. Rainbow, Reinbow. They give 100% of the support to the creators rather than what is taken from these other platforms. They give you 100%. So definitely download it and look up Sean Austin Paranormal and follow me on there. Nice, Robin. So I will be having 3 live streams going at some point on my investigations. Thank you, no nickname. Appreciate you. Sleepwalking, yeah. I think we've all probably done that at some point. Hey, Dracos. Thank you, Eric. Yes, guys, if you want to try out SPI, the paranormal software that I created, and especially try out the SAM mode, it's on iOS right now. Spirit Phone Innovations, otherwise SPI. Check it out. Let me know if you have any questions. Yeah, it's great, Ria. Yep. Glad to have you, Zombie. Appreciate you being here. Appreciate all of you guys being here. Appreciate giving me a follow, sub if you're new. And thank you guys for all the support as always. Definitely going through something, as I explained to you. But I'm doing my best to overcome a lot right now. Definitely been the test of the time I've been going through. Yep, I know about grounding. I do grounding every day. Do my best to kind of brush off the spiritual barnacles, so to speak. You can change the light language, right, Eric? Yep. Thank you, zombies. Thank you, Kathy. It's been a real challenge. I'm still dealing with a lot of it. Nice, Debbie. Thank you. No, you don't have to touch the microphone. It's just trying to listen to the audio. Just got to be patient with the SAM mode because it sometimes takes a while for something to come through. But it's worth it when it comes through because you got to connect it to your EVPs and Spirit Box sessions. There are footsteps, but that's a real person. Oh wow, Dana, sorry to hear that. Yes, I will be Dracos. I'll be setting that up for the next hour. In the next hour or so. Definitely. Well, guys, I need a little time to do a couple things, and then I'm gonna set up this overnight for YouTube. For sure, Amy. Sounds good, no nickname. Be safe. I'm gonna jump off here, guys. If anybody wants to interested in talking to me about investing, be a part of SPI, private message me, come on the Discord, send me a message. Make sure to give me a sub or a follow if you're new, and then I'll put that overnight stream going in a little bit. My condolences, zombies, about your father. Thank you, I appreciate it. Good luck to you too. Everyone gets their share, right? I believe so, Robin, yes. Alright guys, I will see you guys in the overnight stream for a little bit. I'm going to do some stuff here, and then I'll get that going. I thank you all. I appreciate you all, as always, infinitely. God bless, and I'll see some of you on the stream when I leave it overnight to see what activity we get in that room. Otherwise, I'll see you guys on the next stream after that. Thank you all. Appreciate you all. Thank you, Craig. Thank you, Bolt. Dana, Whitney, Zombie, thank you. Lee, Well Earth, Eric, thank you guys. Brandy, thank you. Eric, thank you. Carrie, thank you. I'm not sure if he left. Thank you all. Appreciate you all. Mama Sherry, everybody, thank you so much. I truly can't thank you enough. All right, I will talk to you guys in a little bit.